ultimate beta male soy boy Sean Strickland was absolutely humiliated by Khamzat Chimaev after Strickland did an interview where he trashed Khamzat Chimaev with the same hateful rhetoric, essentially attacking Khamzat Chimaev simply for being Muslim. But that's not really all. Khamzat responded to this interview, which we're going to take a look at also in this video. But Sean Strickland really humiliated himself in general because every accusation was a confession. This interview, and we're going to take a look at a couple different clips from it, was pure projection. Everything Sean Strickland was saying about Khamzat Chimaev essentially was Sean Strickland describing himself. And luckily, the internet is forever, so we're going to look at evidence to back that up. Because there's a lot of things about Sean Strickland that people don't really talk about for some reason, like DDP brutally exposing him before UFC 297. We're going to get to that in this video as well. So it was a really complete and utter humiliation for Sean Strickland. Let's jump right into it, okay? We're going to start off with this. The first thing we're going to check out is him just talking about Khamzat Chimaev. They're talking about, previous to this clip, this is like a little documentary. I'll link the full documentary down in the description if you want to go check it out, from Red Corner MMA. But they're talking about Khamzat Chimaev coming to train at the gym. Eric Nixick, Sean Strickland's coach, the same guy that was in Sean Strickland's corner of UFC 312, begging Sean Strickland to fight an undeserved title fight, was saying how it was really cool to see Khamzat come to the gym, and they showed, you know, there's levels to work ethic and this and that. Well, Sean Strickland had other things to say. Listen to this.
If you knew, I always say there's guys, if you knew on a personal level you wouldn't like, Chimaev is one of those people if you knew you wouldn't like. You know, he'll come in here. There's a video of me, I always like, oh, you're so good. Like, I'm being sarcastic. Like, bro, like, you go and you fucking starch this one-on-one guy when there's like Edmund, there's like high-level UFC fighters, and you're picking the one-on-one fighter because, like, you think he's the same height as your opponent. No, you're picking him because you're a bitch, dude. Like, it's just, yeah, he's just like, no, he could fight, but, like, mentally, he's just a weak man. You know, he's just a weak man.
He's a weak man. He picks on people in the gym that he knows he can beat up. I mean, is this even real life right now? This is the ultimate projection. Exhibit A. Sean Strickland beating up some influencer. I'm not even going to play the clip, okay? We've all seen it. I don't need to waste your time, okay? Exhibit number 2. Sean Strickland beating up another YouTube influencer, whatever you want to say. Okay, beating up dudes in the gym. Again, Strickland's acting as if Khamzat came there and was beating up low-level guys, I guess to help his confidence, to be a dick. I don't know exactly what he's implying. This is literally what Sean Strickland does to a T. And then when he gets in there with someone like Dricus du Plessis, his coach is literally begging him to fight. Because he is a soft, weak, beta soy boy. Okay? But this guy has the audacity to call Khamzat Chimaev a weak man. The dude who's crying on Theo Von's podcast, okay? Crying on Theo Von's podcast because Dricus trash talked him. And what is not talked about enough, and I did a video way back when, but people don't even know about it, is Strickland was so emotionally hurt by Dricus. Not only did he try to get him canceled, he was posting on Twitter and whatnot, large paragraphs about how this was so wrong of Dricus. He also DM'd Dricus du Plessis privately and begged him to stop and said, I'm so sorry. Whatever I can do for you, Daddy du Plessis, just please stop. And people don't even realize this. But luckily, Sean kind of mentioned it in the pre-fight to UFC 297. But what Sean Strickland was trying to do is he was trying to make it look like Dricus was going to stop his trash talk because I threatened him. But in reality, Dricus was too smart for that. He realized it and exposed him at this pre-fight scrum. Listen to this.
I opened my phone and I saw a DM from Sean Strickland, and I thought it was maybe like a fan page, going to be hate mail or something like that. And I see, no, it's actually Sean Strickland's page. I do follow him. And it said, hey, so something along the lines of, listen, this is what happened. I'm sorry what I said about your coach and you, but if there's anything that's crossing the line for you, just, and he's like, listen, I know we sell a fight and all that, but if there's anything out of line that I said that you want me to pull back, like, I'll apologize. I'll even take back what I said. I'll remove post. And I mean, I feel kind of like this is not a great move to, but he brought it up. I would have never told the media about this. Otherwise, this happened 5 weeks ago.
He would have never brought it up because he realized how embarrassing it was for Sean Strickland. But Strickland was trying to make himself look like a tough guy, thinking Dricus wouldn't realize what was really going on here. But we'll listen to a little bit more.
Would have talked about, I didn't want to expose a man in that way. It's not my style. I was actually surprised that I saw him make it public that he did message me, because I didn't want to out him on that. But since we're talking about it, and he, so he said, if there's anything that he shouldn't say, like, he'll lay back. But if I bring up the thing with his childhood again, he said, I'll kill you and ruin your life and mine way before we step into the cage, something like that. That's exactly his words. So I'm like, okay, so this poor guy, this seems pretty serious. I feel bad for him. But I just replied and said, listen, there's nothing you can say that has any effect on me. So
there you go. Literally, Strickland messaged DDP, apologized to him, and said, what can I talk about? What can I talk about, Daddy du Plessis? That's a weak, pathetic beta male. Okay? And also, Strickland mentioning that, yeah, I told Chimaev he was really good, man. He's beating up on everyone. I was sarcastic. You guys tell me. The actual clip is included in this documentary. Listen to this. You tell me, is this sarcasm? Is this sarcasm from Sean Strickland?
Come as up. Understand, you're better than everybody. So just don't hurt people.
And Darren Till's
dude said, please go easy on me, Khamzat. Please go easy on me, Khamzat. I can't wait to get to Khamzat Chimaev's perfect response to all this. But there's more clips. Let's jump ahead. He's asked about DDP versus Khamzat Chimaev. And I'm not going to play you his full thoughts. There's no need for that. But listen to this part.
Better stand-up than Chimaev. But Chimaev has a pretty crazy grappling. Now, I've been training with these fucking daggy terrorists my entire fucking life. So it's like I train with these fuckers. I know how to get up from these guys. I can withstand the storm.
He knows how to withstand the storm, okay? Knows how to withstand the storm. We're gonna come back to doggy terrorist in a second, but I want to focus on that last statement there. He knows how to get up. He knows how to weather the storm. Let's take a look at an interview he did with the Schmo. And I believe this is why Sean Strickland dislikes Khamzat Chimaev, because Khamzat embarrassed him in the gym, where Sean is really insecure. That's why he beats up influencers in the gym. But let's hear what he had to say about Khamzat way back when. Listen to this.
The guy's fucking crazy. He believes in himself so much where I don't think Gilbert has the tools. I mean,
by the way, he's a weak man, but not that long ago, Sean Strickland was saying, yeah, he really believes in himself. He really believes in himself. But let's continue, where he talks about getting finished repeatedly by Khamzat Chimaev, and not in a way that he would enjoy.
Non-biased, yeah. I think he's gonna run through him.
Well, what'd you learn from yourself going up against that guy? The Schmo saw you two going at it. You were paired together during the grappling and obviously the striking.
I don't know. What'd you think?
Well, I thought he was good competition.
Yeah, what did you think, though?
Well, I thought you both learned from each other.
What did you think, though, watching?
Well, I think you held your own standing, but on the ground, he does what he does.
Did he fuck me up on the ground? I want your honest opinion. Tell me.
He made you tap a couple of times. The Schmo saw it, but do you want the world to know this stuff or what?
You could tell the world.
I mean, if this isn't the ultimate beta male soy boy, I mean, he was so upset that the Schmo even saw him getting repeatedly finished and brutalized on the ground by Khamzat Chimaev.
Listen, guys, jiu-jitsu, I do the fucking man game, the fucking man dance.
I'm so tired of hearing about the man dance. Where was the man dance at UFC 312? Where he refused to fight Dricus du Plessis. Refused to fight him. Eric Nixick was in his corner begging him to fight DDP. And he outright refused in a title fight. An undeserved title shot at that. But anyway, let's get back to this interview because there's more I want to look at. But then on top of that, he's saying, man, I train with these doggy terrorists. So essentially, if you're from Dagestan, which Chimaev isn't even from Dagestan, he's from Chechnya, but I understand people lump the Caucasus region all as Dagestan in a way. So I'm not really going to hold it against him that much. These doggy terrorists. So simply because Khamzat Chimaev is Muslim, that means he's a terrorist. And I know people are going to bring up, well, he's affiliated with Kadyrov, Ramzan Kadyrov, or whatever his name is. I always say to people when they bring up Khamzat's relationship to Kadyrov, what would you like him to do? I open it to the comments down below. What would you like Khamzat to do, considering he lives in that part of the world? You want him to sever that relationship? Is that possible? Is that feasible? But either way, there was no evidence. There's not one shred of evidence to support a claim that Khamzat is somehow a terrorist. But Sean Strickland, because he hates Muslim fighters, that's a proven track record of Sean Strickland's, that means he's automatically got to call Khamzat Chimaev a terrorist because he is Muslim. Because Sean Strickland is so insecure about himself, and he's so insecure that he got absolutely dominated by Khamzat Chimaev, he now has to lobby these types of attacks, not only because it makes him feel better about himself, but also a decent portion of the MMA community just eats this stuff up, man. They're like, yeah, man, all Muslims are this and that. It's something that exists in the MMA community. And Sean Strickland, because of his beta male soy boy fighting style, he can't get attention from that. So he has to say these shocking things about certain groups of people and dick ride like the right-wing grift train. That's the only way he can get a fan base. Say what you will. I know there's people going to be like, Joey, blah, blah, blah. You just don't like him because of his politics. What I just said is undeniable fact. Sean Strickland says these types of things because it's the only way he can garner a fan base, because he doesn't put on anything exciting in the cage at all. It's just the fact of the matter. So he has to attack the Muslims because it gets a portion of the MMA fan base like, hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. It's the truth. It's the truth. Embarrassing, debasing, and humiliating for Sean Strickland. Next clip we're going to take a look at. It just gets even worse, man. The projection, talking about beating up people in the gym. Meanwhile, by the way, remember? He said Khamzat was picking on one-on-one fighters to beat them up. But meanwhile, he dominated Sean Strickland in his own gym and submitted him multiple times. An admission from Sean Strickland himself. But yet, isn't that what Strickland does? But then on top of that, he's about to call Khamzat a bully, which is crazy. This dude is mad because Khamzat bullied him in the gym. That's the truth. Look at his face. Look at this beta male soy boy face here. Okay, let's continue.
No, he's just kind of like, again, he's like a soft man. Like, you take someone like Dricus. Like, Dricus will fucking die. Like, that man doesn't give a fuck, dude.
And what will you do, Sean? You say go to the death, we're going to go to war, and then you go out there and refuse to fight. By the way, soft man. Soft man. This dude's crying on a podcast about his childhood trauma. Okay? Crying. Tears. Spilling water all over the table. Because Dricus du Plessis trashed him. Because Sean tried to trash Dricus because Sean's a bully. And the second Dricus decided to give it back to him, all of a sudden he has to cry and DM him and say, please stop. Don't talk about that. Please. I'll do anything. But let's continue.
Chimaev, he's just not like... Chimaev wins off being a bad guy. Like, I'm a bad, tough, scary fucking terrorist, you know? Where it's like... And
again, the low-hanging fruit. He's Muslim, so he must be a terrorist. Oh, real good one, Sean. Good one, man. You stay up all night thinking that one up?
If you look at everybody who's fought, like, that pulls his card, I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's go. Shit starts changing. So I don't think... I think he's just some kind of a bully. Nothing wrong with being a bully, man. It's a fighting. Be a bully. But it's like, if you're going to be a bully and someone fights back, you better keep that same energy up.
If you're going to be a bully and someone fights back, you better keep that same energy up. Need I say more? He sits around and he's a habitual line stepper, right? But the second Dricus gave him a taste of his own medicine, he's crying on Theo Von's podcast like a little bitch. Okay? This dude is bullying influencers in the gym. Okay? looking to brutally KO them, can't even drop a 120-pound influencer with no fighting experience. Sean Strickland is the definition of a bully. And he's calling Khamzat a bully. I mean, how crazy was this? Every clip from this interview was just pure projection. Sean Strickland describing himself in attacks of Khamzat Chimaev. That is literally what this entire interview was. But Sean Strickland's been taking shots at Khamzat for maybe 6 months, a year now. But why is that so? Do you ever wonder why that is? Because Sean's turned down the fight against Khamzat multiple times. He was offered a Khamzat Chimaev fight multiple times and turned it down multiple times, at least according to him and Eric Nixick. Don't trust me. Trust them. It's not my opinion that he turned it down. He did turn it down, okay? But what did Khamzat have to say about all this, okay? What does Khamzat have to say about Sean Strickland and all the trash talk and all the name calling? What does Khamzat have to say?
When you were in Vegas, you trained at Extreme Couture with Sean Strickland. He's been saying some stuff in interviews about you just didn't like your approach. Just why do you think he's saying that, and do you have a response?
I don't know. When I was there, he never said anything, you know.
When I was there, he never said anything. I mean, is that not the definition of a beta male soy boy? All of a sudden, Khamzat's out of the country and Sean wants to attack him. All of a sudden, Khamzat has a different opponent. He's coming up on a title fight at UFC 319 against Dricus Plessis. Plessis is literally Strickland's daddy, and he's trashing Khamzat now because he can't fight him, okay? But when they were face-to-face, you know, when Khamzat was there prepared to do the quote-unquote the man dance, bro, which I guess is jabbing and teeping for 5 rounds, he never said a word to Khamzat. But listen, there's more.
When I leave the Vegas and when they stop my visa, he start to talk. When I come back, I'm in LA, bro. Come on. If it's something personal for you, just come. I'm here whenever you want.
If it's something personal, I'm in LA. Just come whenever you want. You know, the one thing also that Sean Strickland doesn't get enough criticism for is he boxes all these influencers, right, who have no fighting experience. When Jake Paul called him out and offered him money to spar him, which he's legally allowed to do, he said, no, the UFC won't let me spar Jake Paul. When really, Sean was scared of getting embarrassed in the boxing. I'm not sure that he would, but he was terrified that he might get embarrassed by Jake Paul. But he talks all this trash about Khamzat. He has no problem fighting anybody in the gym. Khamzat literally says, if you got a problem, just roll up anytime. Just show up anytime. You never said anything to my face. I wish Khamzat would roll up to Extreme Couture right now. Obviously, that'd be a weird scenario considering he's preparing for a championship fight against Dricus Plessis. But, I mean, it's just hilarious, man. Sean is the ultimate bully. And when someone actually stands up to him, he ends up on Theo Von's podcast crying, where Khamzat says, look, he never said anything to that extent to my face. He never called me any names. He never trashed me to my face. If he has a problem, show up. He knows where I'm at. Sean Strickland is suspended right now, you know, trying to beat up undersized, non-UFC caliber fighters after they whoop one of his teammates. You know, he's suspended from the commission for that. By the way, speaking of bully, he's criticizing Khamzat of beating up on guys in the gym. That's all Sean Strickland does, is beat up lower level guys or influencers in the gym. And then when he gets in the actual cage, he refuses to fight. Every single one of these things that Sean said is literally projection because he's an insecure man and an absolute embarrassment. And Khamzat responds perfectly. Instead of giving him, you know, what he wants and maybe getting angry a little bit, he just says, look, he never said anything to me, to my face, until I couldn't get a visa. Then he started talking crap. But I'm here now in the United States. Even though I got a title fight coming up, roll up anytime. You know where I'm at. Sean Strickland, a true, complete, and utter embarrassment. And really, it saddens me that a large portion of the MMA fan base gets behind Strickland after boring performance after boring performance after boring performance and showing himself to be a massive hypocrite over and over and over again. But again, they only like it because Sean Strickland says edgy things. Oh man, he attacked another Muslim, man. This is cool, sweet. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I think Khamzat Chimaev handled this perfectly. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.